Hello and welcome to Keep It Simple English. My name's Becky and today we'll be writing the alphabet. In this lesson I'll show you how to write the alphabet, and that's the lowercase letters, otherwise called small letters. Unfortunately my writing is not very tidy, so I apologise, but you should be able to understand how the letters are created and come up with a neater version than mine. So again, got all the letters written down the side here, and I will show you how to write those. So starting again near the top with the A. Now with most of these letters, with most of the small letters, they start about halfway between the top and bottom lines. So we start with an A, start in the middle here, loop it around, up and down. I'll show you that again. So start in the middle, loop it around, up and down, around, up and down. So that's your A. Now B, we're starting off at the top. So we start with a vertical line, then we go back up and loop it around like that. So again, vertical line down, keep the pen on the page, loop it around. Again, there's a B. C is just very simple. Start in the middle, loop it around to the line. Start in the middle, loop it around to the line. So none of these letters go underneath the line. None of these three. So that's C. D, start in the middle, loop it around and go up and down. Start in the middle, loop around to the line, then up and down. Again, there's a D. Now with E, we start just below the middle, go across, then up, join to that line we've already made, loop it down to the line and back up again. It's not a very neat one. I'll show you again. Loop it like that. And again, start just underneath the halfway line, loop it up, around to the line and out like that. That's your E. F, we start near the top, loop it up a little and go down, maybe to just underneath the line. There are several ways of writing an F. I go just underneath the line and a little line across like that. So again, loop it up a little and down. So there's a little tail on the F that goes underneath the line and a line across. Like that. Like I said, there are lots of ways of writing an F. Some people will keep it on the line. Some people will draw a little curl at the bottom like that. Sometimes you can write it like that. So lots of ways of writing an F, but the simplest way to do it is as I showed you there. Now with a G, we start off very similar to how we did with an A. So start in the middle, loop it around and go up. And this time, instead of the tail stopping at the line like it did with the A, we bring it down and curl it up a little again. So this time we've got this loop underneath the line. So again, the loop, join up to the top, and then underneath the line with a curl. Start halfway between the lines, loop back up, straight down, go below the line, and curl it under like that. And that's a G. H, you have a big vertical line, keep the pen on the page, go up to halfway and loop it back down to the line. Again, down, up, down to the line, down, up and down to the line. I, very easy. Start in the middle of the page, the middle of the line, a vertical line down to the line and then a little dot at the top. So small vertical line, dot at the top. small vertical line, dot at the top. J is just an eye with a tail underneath the line. So start halfway between the lines, go down, curl it up, put a dot on the top. Start halfway, vertical line down, curl it like we did with the G, put a dot at the top, and same again, loop it around, dot at the top, and that's a J. Okay, I'm going to move this across a little so that the J's aren't interfering. So again, we've got a vertical line down. Start with a capital K, you start again at the top, whereas with a little k, a lowercase k, you start further down. So you start just about here, a diagonal line to probably 2/3 of the way down that line, that vertical line, and then another diagonal out like that. So a long, straight vertical line. You want to start this second line a little below, like that. And again, that's your K. I just want to show you an uppercase K is much bigger. So that is an uppercase K. That's not what we're doing here, okay? L, probably the easiest of all, is just a vertical line. Just straight down, like that. M, start with a vertical line going from halfway to the line. Then without taking your pen off the page, loop up and around, down to the line again, and up and around. So start halfway, vertical line down, up, down, up, down. And again, start here, go down, up and around like that. Now an N is just half of that. So again, N, start halfway, vertical line down, up and around. Vertical line down, up, loop it round, start halfway, down, up and around again. O is another very, very simple one. It's just a small circle going halfway between the lines. The O, I'll show you that again because my pen ran out. The O is just a simple circle. Start halfway and loop it around. Start halfway between the lines, loop it around, don't go underneath the line. And again, start halfway and draw a circle to the bottom line. P, start halfway, draw a vertical line going underneath the line. And go back to the top and draw a loop around. So again, a vertical line going underneath the bottom line. Loop it around like that. Again, that's a P. Q, similar but looking in the opposite direction. This time we start halfway, loop first, then join it back up, drop the tail down underneath the line, and then finish with a little flick. So again, draw the loop, join it up, go down underneath the line with a vertical, and a little flick. And same again, that's Q. R, start halfway, do a vertical line down, don't take your pen off the page, run back up that line and with a little arc like that. So again, down, up, and a little arc, and that's your R. S, it's just a little swirl. Again, don't go underneath the line here, just keep it small and between the lines. With a T, start near the top, vertical line, and just curl it so it's touching the line. It shouldn't go underneath, it should just touch the line. Horizontal line across. Again, a vertical, loop it so it's touching the line, horizontal line across, and there is your T. U, start halfway, loop it down and up, and then a vertical down again. Again, you don't want to go underneath the line here, so start halfway, down, loop, up and down. That's a U. V, 2 diagonal lines, start halfway, diagonal down, diagonal up. Start halfway, diagonal down, diagonal up. There's a V. Notice the U, V, W and X are all the same in the lowercase letters. They're just a smaller version of the uppercase ones. So W, start halfway, loop down to the line, up, loop down and up. Again, start halfway, loop down and up, down and up. And there's your W. And again, as with the uppercase letters, some people draw it with straight lines. So this is also fine. This is acceptable as a W in the lowercase. Again, just keep it small. X is just 2 diagonals crossing. Again, if it's lowercase, keep it small. And then Y, start halfway, touch the line as you loop down and go back up, and drop the tail underneath the line and curl it around. So start halfway, curl it around and up, go underneath the line and curl it around again. And that's a Y. And then a Z, again start halfway, horizontal line across, diagonal down to the line, and a horizontal line across again. So start halfway, horizontal across, diagonal and horizontal. And there's your Z. So there is your lowercase alphabet. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them down below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Okay, until next time, don't forget to keep it simple. Bye!